there, especially with Draymond. There will be some text, there will be some frustration, but ultimately I give the edge to Golden State in this series in 7 because they have that experience and guys that have been there. Jimmy's been there. Steph and Draymond have won. They have some good pieces. Coach, Steve Kerr has been there as well. This is a young, upcoming Rockets team, so they lack that experience, but they do have some veterans. But I have to give I can't bet against Jimmy and Steph in this type of series.
I like the boldness of the prediction, one way or the other, Alan.
It's called bold prediction.
Exactly, and that's why we like it. But the experience factor with the Warriors feels like it looms large.
Yeah, that's the part, of course. And again, if you're looking at it from a macro point of view, you look at the team with the most playoff experience with 2 superstars that can lead the way. The question about the Rockets is, do they have enough offense to keep up with that offense with Golden State? But I looked at the numbers, and I saw a team that plays real physical. They had a hard time winning in Golden State, but their last visit there, they finally won. So they slayed that dragon. That's off their minds. And Ime Udoka, is going to try to bring as much physicality. The officiating will decide this series, but if they let him play tough, that's what I give the Rockets a chance.
All right, let me get one more in here. The Warriors are the 5th shortest odds to win the championship at ESPN Bet. The Lakers are just ahead of.
They're older. They're a 2-pronged offensive team. I think they got the right matchup. Now, Houston's going to hear this, that the whole world thinks Golden State's going to win. I didn't look at the odds yet, but I bet if I'll have one of our guys do it.
Warriors are a -200 favorite.
Golden State is -200?
Yeah.
Wow, they're a huge favorite. Oh, my goodness. They were 200?
Yeah.
That's 2 to 1.
Yeah.
So if you put $100 on Golden State to beat Houston and you don't get it, you're going to lose $200. That is a huge favorite for a team that is a 7 seed without home court. And I think they beat Houston, but if you don't think Houston's going to pay attention to that, he's going to put that on the board. Hey, guys, they think so little of us. We're a 2 to 1 underdog in this series. That's going to play into this a little bit. And I think Golden State will get by this series, but I think it's going to be long. And I think eventually, Stevie, Winnie, they're going to get a little worn out. Got a bad thumb. He's 33, 34 years of age. Butler's no spring chicken. They're going to get worn out as this series and this postseason moves along. I think they'll beat the Rockets. Probably take 7 games. But I think at the end of the day, not enough firepower in my eyes, from what I've seen, to go out there and expect them to win, to get to a final in the West, 8 games.
Wendy, real quick, to piggyback on your point, it's the second time in 30 years that a 7 seed is favored over a 2.
Wow.
Yeah,
Even I'm surprised at that.
Let me just say this. In this particular Western Conference playoffs, other than what this 1-8 match will be, which is probably going to be Grizzlies and Thunder, the seeds don't matter. They matter because Houston gets home court. But 2-7, 3-6, the separation between these teams is very narrow. So I appreciate you saying that, Molly. It's a good factoid. I don't think it's applicable. The Warriors are not a 7 seed. But one thing I am worried about, on Sunday, we saw Zubac with the Clippers get 17 rebounds. I think the Clippers had like 18 or 20 more rebounds than the Warriors. In this game last night, we see Zach Edey, 17 rebounds. They out-rebounded him again by 10 or 12. The Rockets can play huge. They have their own big giant guy in Steven Adams, and then Şengün, who's not humongous by NBA standards, but is a double-double machine. They're going to have issues with possession because they're going to play small. The other thing is, it's an advantage in the first round, guys, because there's all these extra days, but they're going to need more than Jimmy and Steph. And they didn't get much last night. Moses Moody had some moments. Quentin Post, their rookie big man, had some moments. They didn't get a lot of production elsewhere. And Steve Kerr has made an interesting decision. He's abandoned Jonathan Kuminga, who is arguably the best athlete on this roster, okay? The Rockets are stocked with athletes. And Molly, you're exactly right. Their game plan, Ime Udoka's game plan, is to make this a 6 or 7 game series. You're going to want to wear Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry out with these bigs. Kuminga last night, I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm not sure he had his uniform on. I'm not kidding. I think he didn't have his uniform top on because he had clearly been told he wasn't going to play. And Curry's gone back and forth with Kuminga for 4 years. But they're going to need more than just these 2 guys to beat this Rockets team. I promise you that.
In the building for countless of these Steph Curry performances, but he's doing it now at 37 years old. What stands out to you there?
That he's doing it at 37 years old.
Yes.
I mean, he's not to discredit LeBron or Harden or some of these guys the way they play. They move much more efficiently, right? I still always view Curry as a lightweight in a heavyweight fight. Not his fault. But he's got to jab and stick and move. He can't lean on you. And the fact that he's doing it, the way he's still doing it, as effective he is, Malika, is a testament to work ethic.
Yes.
And a pride in what you do. And I love people that put in the time and effort, and I know he does. And to see him benefiting, and by the way, last year, him not being in the postseason was to me, disappointing for every basketball fan. So he's in it now. He's in the postseason, and that's all he wanted was a shot. There you go.
I mean,
pretty good.
Paul just finds his energy, and not only has he raised the level of his play, but I think the guys around him, their basketball IQ has to be great to know that he's going to come around on a handoff. If you're in a position where you're uncomfortable, Steph is going to come save you, and you have to be looking for him at all times. The ball finds energy, and he brings energy every single step of the way.
The thing that I marvel about, first of all, you bring up the passing because it doesn't matter who it is. It's like, you know how you got some guys that maybe I can make the shot, maybe I can make the shot. No one does that when they're on the court with Steph. They're like, where is he?
Yeah.
Here. Because they know this brother is that special. But let's give some love to Jimmy Buckets in this regard. First 29 games as a Warrior, he never takes more than 17 shots. You got to battle with the Clippers for the play-in, and then you got the play-in game last night against Memphis. He shoots more than 20 shots both games. Gets to the free throw line 27 times. Now, this is the thing, and I'm like, I keep telling this to folks. When you can do that, you don't have to call timeouts as much. You get a break because this brother's getting to the free throw line. You can literally, you could be Steve Kerr. You go like this, get to the line.
You're right.
Because you need a break. It's great.
Tell me, give me some, you play with this guy. I'm loving watching him. You know, this whole playoff Jimmy thing, he's delivering.
One of the most intelligent basketball players that I've ever played against. And I had this conversation with Dwayne Wade last night, and I told him to his face, you are talented as hell. LeBron has been talented as hell, but Jimmy's way smarter than y'all. He is very smart. He is an extremely smart basketball player. I mean, to the point where I used to go home after practice and just think about ways to stop him because of the way he scored on me that night. Jimmy just brings it in those moments. That's when he is alive. That's when he is most alive. He is not afraid of the moment. He loves competition. And when the chips are stacked against him, that's when you get the best Jimmy Butler.
And with Jimmy Butler added to this roster, Draymond Green, he said it. He said he believes that this group has what it takes, similar to 2022, to win a championship. The Warriors now, though, with this win, Stephen A., they get a date with the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
They are only the second, seventh seed to have, over the last 30 seasons, been favored over the number 2 seed Houston Rockets. Should they be?
I think they should be because of the experience of Steph Curry along with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. We can't ignore Draymond Green. He, by the way, he was my vote for the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm just putting it out there right now. I just think that he's been that big time. But when you look at what Steph and Jimmy bring to the table, you're looking at Houston. You can defend. You can definitely rebound. All of that's true. But can you make a basket when you need to? That's the challenge. And against Golden State, I can't give them that.
It's the Houston half-court offense. Their defense, by the way, Ime Udoka's tremendous job with this team.
Chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng, và hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là cốc sứ. Mọi người, hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là thủy tinh. Thái Lan so với Việt Nam.